Replacing your laptop or phone this year suddenly feels much more expensive. You're not imagining it. Across the board, consumer electronics are seeing steep price hikes and shrinking availability in 2026, and the cause points directly to the physical demands of artificial intelligence. We often think of AI as an invisible brain living in the cloud, but the cloud is intensely physical. Those smart algorithms run on massive, power-hungry servers that consume vast amounts of electricity and generate extreme heat. Managing that heat has triggered a chain reaction across the globe. It starts with hardware components literally warping and melting. That sets off a scramble for new, heat-resistant materials, which in turn leads to international arrest warrants for tech executives and even sweeping alliances between fierce software rivals. To see why your next computer costs an extra 30%, we have to trace this hardware hunger back to its source. Modern AI computations require processors to perform billions of calculations per second. All that friction generates incredible heat, with modern AI chips frequently drawing over 1,000 watts of power for a single package. For context, that is like running a high-end microwave oven continuously on a piece of silicon the size of a coaster. This brings us to the warpage wall. A substrate is the base layer that connects a microchip to the rest of a computer. Traditionally, these bases were made from organic resins and plastics, but under the extreme heat of a 2026-era AI server, those plastic bases expand at a different rate than the silicon chips on top. Under extreme heat, plastic bases warp and break connections. The industry solution is T-glass substrates, which stay perfectly rigid. Because glass doesn't bend, engineers can stack components tightly, connecting layers with through-glass vias, vertical laser-etched pathways allowing data to pass smoothly between stacked chips. This new glass core architecture solves the heat problem, but the raw materials to make it are scarce. Hyperscalers, massive cloud service providers like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, are buying up nearly the entire global supply of T-glass, along with the high-performance DDR5 memory needed to feed these new processors. With the largest tech companies swallowing all the manufacturing capacity, there is severely limited supply left for everyday consumer electronics. Manufacturers are passing those costs down to you, adding a 15 to 30% AI tax onto the price of standard laptops and smartphones. But raw glass and silicon is only half the battle. Designing these advanced glass core chips requires highly specific human skills, and right now, the global epicenter for that engineering talent is Taiwan. The scarcity of these specialists has ignited an intense global bidding war. Companies are growing desperate to secure the engineers who know how to build these complex architectures, leading to aggressive recruitment tactics that are catching the attention of international law enforcement. In January 2026, Taiwanese prosecutors took a drastic step, issuing an arrest warrant for Pete Lau, the CEO and co-founder of the smartphone company OnePlus. Authorities indicted 2 other executives and accused Lau of orchestrating an illegal recruitment ring to poach more than 70 specialized Taiwanese engineers. According to the indictment, the operation relied on shell companies in Hong Kong and branch offices registered under deceptive names. Between 2015 and 2021, the firm allegedly funneled over $72 million through these hidden entities to pay salaries and bypass Taiwan's national security and labor screenings. The geopolitical stakes for semiconductor dominance are currently at a boiling point. Securing the human talent needed to keep up with the AI hardware boom is so critical that major tech executives are allegedly willing to risk international criminal charges just to staff their engineering teams. As the physical hardware and human talent become harder to secure, the sheer scale of the computation required for AI is forcing massive shifts on the software side as well. The processing power needed to run advanced AI models is so vast that even the wealthiest companies on Earth realize they cannot do it alone. In early 2026, Apple and Google confirmed a historic multi-year partnership. Apple chose to integrate Google's Gemini AI models to help power the next generation of its digital assistant, Siri, and other upcoming Apple Intelligence features. To make this work, the 2 tech giants created a division of labor. Your iPhone or Mac will use its own internal chips to process simple everyday requests locally. But when you ask a complex question that requires deep reasoning or vast world knowledge, the device will route that heavy lifting out to Google's massive cloud infrastructure. To maintain its take stance on security, Apple routes these complex requests through private cloud compute, a secure system designed to process your data on external servers statelessly, meaning the information is used to answer your question, but it is never permanently stored or saved by Google. For over a decade, Apple and Google have been fierce competitors in the smartphone market. That they are now pooling their resources shows exactly how demanding AI has become, forcing historic rivals into codependent alliances just to keep personal devices functioning. With billions of dollars pouring into hardware and massive corporate alliances automating our software, independent communities are starting to question where human creators fit into this new ecosystem. In response to the growing wave of algorithmically generated media, the online music marketplace Bandcamp took a firm stand. In January 2026, they enacted a total platform-wide ban on any music or audio generated wholly or in substantial part by artificial intelligence. Bandcamp's human-first policy creates a sharp contrast with larger streaming platforms like Spotify, which have struggled to manage an influx of deceptive computer-generated tracks that often mimic real bands and crowd out human musicians. That original hunger for processing power created a chain reaction. The intense heat of AI servers forced the shift to glass substrates. That scarcity sparked an illegal war for the engineers who designed them. Those computational limits drove historic rivals like Apple and Google to combine their infrastructure. And now, independent communities are drawing a hard line to protect human art from the automated wave. The AI boom is a tangible, physical, and economic force. It is aggressively reshaping the devices we buy, the laws we enforce, and the culture we create. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to subscribe to Refreshing Tech for more clear insights into the forces driving our digital world.